Yeah, who would want a woman like you?
Yes, anything about us is over. Get over it, move on.
Shouldn't have said that.
My husband is very good at keeping secrets. I think he uses another phone because the one he has...
You've been doing your own investigating. What makes you think he's cheating?
Why should I ask you for a divorce? You're the one who wants one.
We could start afresh.
Hey, honey. Welcome home.
Leave, Asali.
Is it normal to have suicide thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say it's normal to have suicide thoughts because, logically speaking, a functioning human being, when I say functioning, I mean somebody that their thoughts, their perception, their judgment, their feelings, their emotions are all in check, then it wouldn't be something normal for somebody to have suicidal thoughts. What could be normal, say, for example, is to feel stress or feel overwhelmed. But then now when it tends to gravitate towards being suicidal, then there's a problem.
Kupata lazima nishike kama sikiza tune yako. Bonyeza *811*962#.
Lazima nishike mapema. Nisiposhika hii simu mapema utakasirika. Unajua mimi nikiwa mtu ya marathon najua niko na experience kabisa. Niko na experience. If you don't hurry, you will not break the record. Okay, wacha nishike hii simu.
Kupata lazima nishike, bonyeza *811*962#. *811*962#.
Uchaguzi mkuu wa tarehe 9 Agosti utabadilisha pakubwa taswira ya kisiasa ya taifa hili. Je, hii inamaanisha nini kwako wewe mpiga kura? Kila Jumapili saa 12 jioni, jiunge nao Gladys Mungai na Harith Salim kwenye makala yetu ya Kenya ya Amua, ambapo pamoja na wadau mbalimbali watajadili na kudadavua kwa kina michakato ya uchaguzi. Fanya uamuzi wa busara. Usikose kutazama Kenya ya Amua kila Jumapili kwenye runinga uipendayo ya KBC Channel 1.
Saturday the 14th day of May 2022. Good afternoon. This is KBC Lunchtime News on a very busy and instrumental day. We are expecting a number of events today. Kenya Kwanza is expected to name a running mate any moment from now, and the Nairobi Expressway is officially now commissioned to be used by the general public. Good afternoon. My name is Njue, and Lucy Maura will be our sign language interpreter on the bottom right of your screen. Remember, we can keep this interactive via all our social media platforms as we are live. And we start in Karen, where our reporter JJ Kuria is currently keeping a keen eye. Kenya Kwanza is expected to name a running mate who will accompany Deputy President William Ruto at the ballot and could be the next Deputy President if Kenya Kwanza ascends to power. JJ Kuria, kindly bring us up to speed. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Ben Troy. We're live from the current residence of the Deputy President, obviously from the entrance of the Deputy President's residence, because today is a major day for the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Is when they unveil the running mate for Deputy President William Ruto. From 9 a.m., leaders have been trickling in, obviously leaders allied to the Deputy President that belong to Kenya Kwanza, UDA, ANC, Ford Kenya, Chama cha Kazi, DP party and the other parties that have signed up to Kenya Kwanza, trickling in here for that very important decision of who will deputize William Ruto, or rather who will be the running mate of William Ruto. Now, there have been several names that have been mentioned as the favorites for deputizing William Ruto, and that is Rigathi Gachagua, the Member of Parliament for Madeira in Njue County, the member of the Senator for Tharaka Nithi, that is Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, as well as the Governor for Kirinyaga, Anne Waiguru. And that is where the battle is up until now. We don't know who the coalition has settled for, but we will await for that very important presser. Now, that presser was scheduled to be at 1. It's 1 o'clock already. It doesn't appear like it will happen right now. Probably up until 2 or 3 is when we expect the Deputy President to address the media to unveil his running mate. But like I have said, the battle is between 3: Anne Waiguru, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and Rigathi Gachagua. But that's, just according to some of the grapevine we're hearing from the gate of the Hustler Mansion, or if you call it the office of a Deputy President. Could be the Deputy President plans to swing a surprise. But I can confirm to you quite intense negotiations happening inside here, obviously, as the members debate and talk to see who is best to deputize the Deputy President in the upcoming elections. And I think things have changed over time because it appeared like Rigathi Gachagua was a favorite. Again, at some point, it becomes Kithure Kindiki. At some point, Anne Waiguru. But these are the 3, at least, that we have had are likely to deputize the Deputy President. But who are the favorites? Those are the numbers, the 3 of them, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Rigathi Gachagua, and Anne Waiguru. And I'm sure in about 2 hours we will be able to know about who will be unveiled today. The Deputy President's schedule is quite tight because he was scheduled to attend the funeral of his son, of the nominated MP, Sankok. But clearly, looking at how times are going, probably he may never make it to that burial because he has to deal with what is happening here. Intense negotiations as he tried to identify the running mate for the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Probably going through the deal because you've seen details of the deal that Kenya Kwanza signed. It appears like UDA will take the presidential slot as well as the running mate slot, and then probably these other positions will be divided amongst partners of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. But it is clear that it will be Deputy President running on a UDA ticket for president, and then his running mate also coming from the United Democratic Alliance Party, that is UDA. So that's all we have for now. Probably in 2 hours we'll have more details as regards who Kenya Kwanza has settled for as a possible running mate for Deputy President William Ruto in the August elections.
Thank you so much, JJ Kyoria. He's coming to us live from Karen, where we expect the Kenya Kwanza to announce the name of who will deputize Deputy President William Ruto in the 2022 succession politics. Of course, we expect a paradigm shift in the politics of Kenya, but we'll be keeping a keen eye on that. And as soon as that presser begins, we will be crossing over to Karen for more. Away from that, implementation of the 100% transition to secondary school is posing a challenge to both parents and school heads. Several schools have since reported cases of learners turning up for admission without basic boarding requirements and school fees, with Kandika girls in Migori County recording the highest number of needy cases. Andrew Okello reports.
According to the school's principal, Roslyn Ochieng, they have so admitted close to 520 new students in Form 1, a number which she says is too big for the extra county school.
In terms of infrastructure, we are constrained and we are lacking a number of facilities, which are right now quite overstretched because of the large numbers that are coming in.
Besides the constraint on learning facilities, the number of learners reporting to school with no basic needs and school fees is increasing every day.
It is a challenge. We are trying to do what we can to enable them to settle, but at the same time, we are appealing to well-wishers to come in and also support the needy girls.
Meanwhile, the administration of St. Mary Girls School, Amkura, has rewarded 2021-2020 candidates who excelled in the national examinations, among them 4 girls who scored B plane in the 2021 KCSE examination. The school's principal, Fanny Segeshi, says the school's performance has improved in the recent years.
And we are anticipating or saying 2022 we should get at least 10 and above. My message to the stakeholders is let them trust us with their children because we are on course and will not let them down.
Andrew Kero for Lunchtime News.
Roysambu residents in Nairobi have condemned alleged acts by a section of politicians who planned and paid some youth to disrupt bursary registration process which has been ongoing for a week at the Garden Estate Secondary School. The youth are alleged to have been hired by opponents of area member of National Assembly Waihenya Ndirango. Ndirango has urged his opponents not to fight the noble project which is aimed at benefiting the less fortunate in the society.
Kuwashtumu wale wanasiasa wanaigiza siasa kwa mambo ya basari, kwa mambo ya masomo. Wanasema kama si basari Waihenya hangekuwa anashaguliwa. Mimi nataka kuwaambia hatufanyi mambo ya basari ndio tukue na sifa. Tunafanya mambo ya basari kwa utaratibu na kwa transparency ndio tuweze kufaidi wakaaji na wapiga kura na vijana wetu wa hapa Roysambu. Na inaniuma sana mwanasiasa mzima akikodisha lori na gari kumwaga vijana wa kutoka maeneo ingine ya Buge waje waigiane na wananchi huku wazushe rapsha na ghasia na fujo na fitina. Mimi nawakemea sana.
Tumeishi kupewa ibasari. Mimi mtoto wangu amesoma na hiyo first born mpaka akamaliza. Sasa hivi nilikuwa nakujia huyu mdogo mwenye ana join form 1. Wamekuja wamefuruga, wanaambiwa wapange laini, hawataki kusikia. Mimi niko na uchungu mwingi sana juu nakujanga hizo mara yangu ya kwanza na sijaipata kitu kama hiyo.
Elsewhere, the 70 billion shillings Nairobi Expressway is now open to motorists. The expressway, that is a game changer in the Kenya Road Development Network, was opened on Saturday by Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia, who hailed the engineer for a job well done and completed a year ahead of the projected timeline.
It will now take you 15 minutes from James Gishuru Junction along Wayaki Way to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. All this is credited to the magnificent Nairobi Expressway, the second such feat in Africa.
I drove myself from James Gishuru all the way to where we are now, which is Jomo Kenyatta International Airport turnoff. It took me about 8 minutes only. Previously, I've driven from Jomo Kenyatta Airport to Westlands and took me about 2 hours before.
Speaking while on an inspection tour, Transport CS James Macharia urged Kenyan motorists to use the road in order for the government to recoup the money used for its construction through toll fees.
That will depend on how many vehicles come on this road. That's why you have to make sure that the road is seamless. That's why you have to make sure that Kenyans enjoy using it. And so when more Kenyans means the recovery period will be much shorter.
Macharia said at least 11,000 vehicles have so far registered to use the expressway.
It's one of the best pieces of infrastructure ever done in Africa. In fact, it's the longest expressway in Africa. And so we are very proud today to come to witness the start of the trial run, which will be done for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then thereafter, we shall now have a complete operation of the Nairobi Expressway.
Macharia touts the road as a milestone for the Kenyan road network and what can be achieved if the private sector partners with the government for such mega projects.
The money which has been spent here And the money which the government could have spent here has been now spent elsewhere. You saw a clip indicating that we have done another 400 kilometers of roads in the slums.
The Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai, who accompanied the CS, said law enforcement will be deployed to man the road to avoid acts of hooliganism.
We have been working as a motor agency with the expressway, even the contractors. We have arrested quite a number of them. We have reduced significantly issues of vandalism.
The CS said the government is also analyzing a contract of 9 billion shillings to beautify the old road, upgrade and incorporate a bus rapid transport line to help ease transport congestion. Ruth Wamboi for Lunchtime News.
Quite impressive and a true game changer. Elsewhere, traders at Lugulu Market in Webuye are counting losses after their goods were razed down by fire last night. The traders say the fire spread fast and nothing could be salvaged. The traders say county fire engines took long to get to the scene and their efforts to put out the fire proved futile.
Kuja kufungua hoteli, kufika nafika hapo nilipata hapo kijana mwingine akaniambia aki mama pole. Sasa nikashindwa kuelewa ni nini kinaendelea, si kuelewa. Baadaye ndio akaniambia kuna vipande zenu hapo mbele simechomeka.
Jumatano ndio nilikuwa hata nimeleta tu hizo nguo mpya pamoja na jamba za shule za watoto. Kwa hivyo vyote vimeungulia ndani, hakuna hata moja imetolewa.
Tunaomba serikali mahali mlipo wafanye kazi wanajitoza pesa zao. Lakini kama nyinyi mnaweza kusaidia hawa mama wa baba wenye wanaweka hapa vitu kwa vipanda, muwasaidie ili nyanya zao vitu vyenye vimekuwa hapa wapate kuvirutisha na waendelee na biashara yao.
Let's now shift focus to matters politics, where a section of leaders from Kajiado County allied to Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party have dismissed the six-piece voting pattern being fronted by Jubilee, saying it is against the tenets of democracy. Several politicians who lost the party's ticket through consensus say locals should be allowed to decide on the kind of leaders they want.
A cross-section of Kajiado County politicians allied to Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party is dismissing the six-piece voting pattern in the party.
Sijakigura chama cha Jubilee. Mimi ni memba wa Jubilee, nina pigia debe Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga kama rais. Ninapigia debe Daktari David Ngedianye kama governor ambaye ana tikiti ya Jubilee.
The group says locals should be given an opportunity to elect development-oriented leaders and no one should be pushed down their throats.
For somebody to sit in a corner and say that we cannot give Governor Ngedianye a ticket for Jubilee and give Keton because he comes from the same class, it's quite unfair.
Meanwhile, Kitui gubernatorial aspirant Dr. Julius Malombe has promised residents of solving perennial water challenges if elected the governor in the August 9th elections.
Wakati wangu wa pili kurudi kwa kiti cha gavana, na kitu cha kwanza nitafanya ni ile miradi ambayo tulianzisha lakini yule gavana ambaye alikuja hakuendeleza. Watu wameniambia na mimi niko tayari kumaliza hiyo miradi na vile vile nataka kufanya miradi ingine.
Dr. Malombe was given the green light by political parties a dispute tribunal to contest on a Wiper party ticket. However, former Kenyan ambassador to Uganda, Kiema Kilonzo, is said to be contemplating moving to the High Court to appeal the ruling by the political parties tribunal on the allegation that the former governor was issued the Wiper party certificate through the back door. Elsewhere, the Democratic Alliance Party members in Busia County have opposed zoning plans by Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance Coalition Party in the county, led by Busia Deputy Governor Moses Mulomi and Norbert Wangwalwa, who are eyeing the Busia gubernatorial seat and Butula parliamentary seat respectively. The leaders urged party leader Raila Odinga to stop endorsing ODM aspirants but allow voters to decide their preferred candidate.
To support His Excellency the fifth president, lakini kwa hizi viti zingine zote sisi tutaendelea mpaka mwisho.
In Kakamega, DAP Kenya leaders have dismissed claims by a section of members that some aspirants are in various elected positions under the party were denied certificates in favor of ODM aspirants who are allied to the Azimio la Umoja wa Kenya coalition party. The leaders urged ODM members in the region to work together and help Raila Odinga garner more votes in the August 9th general elections.
Sisi hapa chini tutaendelea kumtafutia kura kama presidential candidate wa Azimio. Kwa hivyo DAP tuko tayari na we shall play our role kama TAP cluster Kakamega County na atapata kura mingi sana hapa Kakamega.
Finally, leaders from Mount Kenya East region have called for peaceful campaigns devoid of violence. Led by Development Empowerment Party Chairman Lenny Kivuti, who is eyeing the Embu gubernatorial seat, the leaders say there is need to bring the electorate together despite their different political affiliations.
The thing I would like to do is to look for equitable distribution. Hata kama ni viti, lazima tutapatia Manyata, Ronyeje, Mbele North, Mbele South, tugawe serikali, ndio mimi nionekane ni mtu ya kaunti.
Frederick Muki for Lunchtime News.
And now let's cross over to Westlands, where the Democratic Party of Kenya officials who had launched a case against their party joining Kenya Kwanza Alliance are currently addressing the press. Let's first of all listen in.
Kutatua ama kubadilisha kitu yoyote ishaandikwa katika katiba. Vile wakufanya hivyo, tukaona ni lazima tuingie kwa tribunal dispute court, na ndio wametupatia orders wametupatia, wakasema hakuna mtu na hakuna agreement inaweza kusajiliwa na political parties na washapewa orders. Pia tukitaka kuwauliza watu wetu, manake tulikuwa na candidates, tulikuwa na MCAs, tuko na MCAs, tuko na members of parliament, tuko na governors, tuko na MPs. Wote walishangaa kwa nini tulipitisha hatuendi kwa coalition yoyote, na wanashindwa manake wameinvest time yao, wameinvest pesa yao, na wanashindwa watafanya nini, kwa sababu tunaangalia mtindo ile iko katika Kenya Kwanza ama muungano wowote. Wakinja wanasema wanaweza kuamua wewe hutasimama. Sasa walikuwa na shida, kwa nini na watafanya nini? Kwa sababu wameinvest. Sasa tungewaambia kila mtu aendelee na kampeni zake, sababu hakuna kitu ishabadilika. Ni vile tulipitisha pale tarehe 20 mwezi wa Februari katika Bomas of Kenya. Thank you.
Until when are you giving the party leader to make his decision pertaining whether to remain the party leader or you nullify his leadership?
Those are some of the officials from the Democratic Party who had launched a complaint at the political parties dispute tribunal, objecting decision by National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi to drag the party into the Kenya Kwanza Alliance. They say that everything remains as they had agreed in February the 22nd. We will be keeping a keen eye to see how that pans out, and definitely in our subsequent bulletin we will have a much comprehensive report. In other news, a soapstone carver has died after the quarry he was working in collapsed at Nyabigena in South Mogirango constituency. 3 other artisans were rushed to the nearest Tabaka Mission Hospital in critical condition.
Area Deputy County Commissioner Samuel Towet confirmed the incident and ordered a stop to further quarrying until the administration from 2 levels of government, artisans and the neighboring families chart the way forward. The DCC expressed fear over increased fatalities, noting that safety measures should be undertaken in order to protect those who depend on quarries for livelihood.
Na nataka niwapongeze pia kwa sababu vile mulisaidiana na hawa ndugu zetu wa excavator wenye wanatengeneza hiyo barabara. Watu wote ambao walishirikiana kuhakikisha kwamba tumetoa mwili na pia kuokoa wale watu 3 ambao wamepelekwa hospitalini.
Governor Ongwae tuko na yeye, lakini hakuna jukumu amefanya ku make sure that soapstone imeupgradeiwa. There is nothing is doing about us.
Elsewhere, police in Kiambu are investigating the circumstances under which a mass communication student at KIMC was murdered and her body dumped at a thicket in Buriria village on the outskirts of Kiambu town.
Kitu yenye imesababisha kifo siwezi jua juu ni kama ameletwa huku. Hakuna community, hakuna mwenye anamjua, hajulikani hapa.
The 22-year-old lady whose head was covered wore casual blue jeans and a red top was found by passers-by this morning together with her personal items, which are clothes, lying beside her lifeless body.
Msichana moja umeuawa ukatupwa karibu na kwetu. Tumestuka sana, tujasikia kitu kama hiyo, tujawahi kitu kama hiyo kwa hii pande ya Bureria.
According to eyewitnesses, the victim, whose ID card reads is from Laikipia, had knife stabs on the back, and there seems to have been a struggle which had ensued, occasioning the incident that has left the residents shocked and perplexed. Beatrice Gatonyongetich, Lunchtime News.
Very well, we are due for a fast break, but before we do that, allow me to appreciate Brian Huncho. You're watching David O'Meal. You're tuned in from Bondo Town. Ayub Mokenge, you're watching from Migori. Enoch Omothi, you say you're following KBC News at 1. We'll be back with more news after these messages.
You've heard of them. They need your vote. The debate coming soon.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Uchaguzi mkuu wa tarehe 9 Agosti utabadilisha pakubwa taswira ya kisiasa ya taifa hili. Je, hii inamaanisha nini kwako wewe mpiga kura? Kila Jumapili saa 12 jioni, jiunge nao Gladys Mungai na Harith Salim kwenye makala yetu ya Kenya ya Amua, ambapo pamoja na wadau mbalimbali watajadili na kudadavua kwa kina michakato ya uchaguzi. Fanya uamuzi wa busara. Usikose kutazama Kenya ya Amua kila Jumapili kwenye runinga uipendayo ya KBC Channel 1.
Aha, msikilizaji wa Radio Taifa, karibu tena kwenye kipindi kinajulikana kama Rada ni Yesu. Kila Jumapili kinaletwa kwako na rubani unayempenda anajulikana kama Mr. Rafton Igi. Ungana nami kila Jumapili kuanzia mida ya saa 12 mpaka saa 1 usiku. Kuna miziki nomanoma sampulia hii.
Najua nitaona mazuri.
Mwambia mpenzi msikilizaji, ni kunamna ni kukaskush. Kila Jumapili ninakuletea miziki za mavijana. Kama wewe ni kijana na unataka injili kamili, utaipata hapa. Tuonane Jumapili hii.
Sauti ya Mkenya.
Welcome back and thanks for keeping it KBC. Let's proceed. Kenyans have been urged to take part in tree planting exercises in an effort to protect the country's forest cover. Speaking during a tree planting ceremony at the University of Nairobi, Upper Kabete campus, the University of Nairobi Vice Chancellor Stephen Kiama said the greening of the countries fosters a sustainable environment, consequently creating hope for future generations.
You actually admit or accept that there is hope. Because it is rare that you get the shade from this tree yourself. It is others who will come after you. So when you are planting for the future generations. And you are accepting that you are not the head. There are others who are going to come after you. Okay? So you are taking an act that is securing a future, not only for yourself, but for others and for the entire planet.
The droughts are becoming more than we have seen them in the previous years because we have actually cut down most of the trees. If you look at Kenya, driving all the way to Nakuru, you can see a lot of naked hills. If we could cover those naked hills with trees, there will be a better impact for the environment than if we leave them naked.
Now, Rift Valley Regional Commissioner Maalim Mohammed has warned politicians and individuals involved in organized crime and political violence that their days are numbered. Mohammed assured residents that the government is on alert to avert any form of violence normally witnessed in the electioneering period. Speaking in Nakuru during a multi-sectoral consultative forum on preparedness for the August 9 general polls, the administrator said the state would crack the whip on individuals bankrolling hate speech. He revealed that law enforcement personnel were under strict instructions to ensure that women aspiring for various elective positions were shielded from threats and harassment from their male opponents.
Alerts. The issue to do with hate speech, incitement, that is one area that we are very keen as a committee, and I will make sure we monitor, including and mainly our social media. We have reactivated our Nyumba Kumi, the community policing, our religious leaders, to make sure that anybody who is preaching hatred is dealt with. Sexual and gender-based violence has always been a concern on the part of our women, the ladies who are aspiring for various positions. We want to assure them that we are aware of this and we'll give them all the necessary protection and support.
Now listen to this. Members of the Bukusu community in Ndelegwa area of Bungoma have forcefully circumcised a middle-aged man who is said to have dodged the cut for years. The man, who is married with 2 children, was cornered and taken through the ritual.
Business came to a standstill along the Webuye-Malaba highway. One would mistake this for a political rally, except that it's not. Bukusu circumcision songs rent the air, an indication of the traditional circumcision season. Wafula Nemsonge, a husband and father of 2, however, found himself on the wrong side of this charged crowd for skipping the much-touted Bukusu tradition when young, circumcision. The man was taken to the river early morning where mud was smeared on his body, with the charged crowd vowing to ensure he undergoes the cut.
Ameokopa kutahiriwa lakini tulipata na siku yake ni leo. Unaona huyu mtu alitoroka karibu miaka 50 na kitu mbele. Sasa ndo amekuja tunataka tukate yeye.
The Bukusu circumcision season has kicked off after its calendar was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Nancy Okware, Lunchtime News.
And elsewhere, let's now cross over to the coast where Lamu County Commissioner Irungu Macharia has assured Lamu fishermen of their compensation that has been long due after they were evicted to create space for the construction of Lamu Port. Speaking in Lamu County after meeting the fishermen and representatives from the Ministry of Fisheries, Macharia said each fisherman is now expected to receive 241,000 shillings as compensation.
The dispute over compensation has lasted for more than 10 years and only came to an end after an agreement was reached between the government and Lamu fishermen who were affected by the Lapset project. The county commissioner assured the 4,734 fishermen that they will receive their compensation totaling to 1.76 billion shillings before August this year.
Mwanzo tulipambana tukapata majina ya wavuvi ambao wanafaa walidhiwe, tukakubaliana watagawana kiwango gani itaenda kwa mfuko wa mvuvi na gani itaenda kudevelop hiyo sekta ya uvuvi, na tumekubaliana leo kwamba hiyo 65% wavuvi walipo mara moja.
Statistics from the Fishermen's Union show that so far a total of 60 fishermen have lost their lives waiting for their compensation.
Kuna sahihi kuna wavuvi ambao ni beneficiary wasopungua 60 sahihi wamefariki, na kulingana sheria kuna process mpaka waende kotini, mtu afanye application alafu achukuliwe yule next of kin.
The chairperson of the fishermen, Somo Mohammed, said the wait has been long but hope the promise will now be fulfilled. Edwin Austin for Lunchtime News.
Politicians have been warned against inciting members of the public against ongoing operation to flush out individuals who have encroached the 500-acre Makungu Block 5 forest in sub-county Trans Nzoia. Speaking in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County Commissioner Samson Ojwang maintained that the government, through security agencies, would not relent its efforts, whose main objective was to safeguard all gazetted forests in the county. He added that the security apparatus were hunting down about 50 individuals accused of leading villagers to the forest.
Na tunataka kutoa onyo kali sana kwa wanasiasa ambao wanafikiria hii mambo ya Makunga Forest block ni njia yao kuendeleza siasa potofu yao katika sehemu hiyo ya kuchochea watu ili waingie katika msitu in the hope that hiyo kama siasa ya mtu imeisha hiyo itaweza kumuokoa. Kama siasa ya mtu inazama, lakini mtu hawezi kufufua siasa yake kupitia mambo ya incitement ya wananchi ati waingie kwa msitu. Ambia pia wananchi wasikubali kutumika vibaya na wanasiasa ambao siasa yao ni duni, siasa imepotovu, siasa ambao imezama. Wasikubali kutumika, kwa sababu tunafahamu na tunajua wengine ambao wanahusika kwa mambo haya ni wale ambao kwa hizi nominations walikuwa na shida. So wale ambao wanasiasa tunawachunguza kwa sasa, ambao tuko na habari wamehusika kwa kuchochea wananchi, hatutachukua tu hatua kwa wale wananchi peke yake, bali wale wanasiasa pia ambao wanahusika kwa uchochezi.
In other news, widows in the volatile Kerio Valley region have benefited from the mini Njue fund that was launched in July last year under the directive of the president. So far, the program has distributed 10 million shillings to hundreds of widows across the country. The Ministry of Public Service, Gender, Senior Citizens and Special Programs Chief Administrative Secretary Lina Jabi officiated the launch of the program in the Kenya Medical Training College campus in Iten, Elgeyo Marakwet County. Widows of conflicts in the volatile Kerio Valley are among beneficiaries of the fund, which is given in form of zero-interest loans. The loans are given to groups of widows who are going to use the loans to start and expand their businesses, including value addition of their farm produce.
We are here, we've met the widows. They are supposed to form groups, and we are grateful that there are some who have already formed groups because they have been trained by the Women Enterprise Fund staff. And so today basically was just to encourage them and share also experiences and also the benefits of the loan. that the government has set aside for them. We are also grateful that when our neighboring county was in Gishu also heard that there was something like Thamini today, they also came and they were led by the Maendeleo ya Wanawake Vice Chair Lady Ann Kibet. We also had them here to actually hear what is this new product called Thamini Mjane loan. And so we are grateful that our government has given us the opportunity to come and share with the vulnerable of our communities, and the fact that it is a thinking government. They have thought about the widows.
Elsewhere, contraceptive preference rate in Nyamira County is now at 90% thanks to the availability of services at medical facilities in the area. The County Director of Public Health, Dr. Geoffrey Nyabuti, says all facilities in the area now have family planning services to avert society vices, including abortion. Dr. George Nyabuti, however, cited teenage pregnancies, burden, and a shortage of certain commodities as challenges the country is dealing with.
We have been performing very well in family planning. Our uptake is around 90%, and all our private facility, our government GOK facilities are offering these services. Some of the challenges that our clients have come to inquire about was taking off some of the methods, whereby you get that clients sometimes like shorter methods, where we call them injectables. We do have long-term methods, which we normally advise our clients to take because they don't make you come back to facility in a short time, so that you can be able to come maybe after 3 years, some 5 years.
And in sports, Kenya's Abel Kipsang led a 1-2 Kenyan finish in the 1500 meters at the Wanda Diamond League meeting held last night in Doha. Noah Kibet was the other Kenyan who won his race, the 800 meters, while Faith Kipyegon finished second in the 3000 meters.
Abel Kipsang clocked 3 minutes 35.70 seconds to win the 1500 meters race ahead of compatriot Timothy Cheruiyot, who clocked 3 minutes 36.16 seconds at the Wanda Diamond League meeting in Doha.
Kipsang gets it from Cheruiyot.
Noah Kibet starred in the 800 meters, easily winning in 1 minute 49.08 seconds as compatriot Ferguson Rotich finished 5th in the 2-lap race.
Second place from Adolf. It's a big win for Kibet. It was quick, it was decisive, he got a gap and he was strong enough to hang on.
Faith Kipyegon had a tough 3,000 meters race as she wasn't quick enough in the final lap to beat Francine Nyonsaba of Burundi.
Was the favourite, but Nyonsaba comes away for the win. A big last lap, a big last 200 meters.
In the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase, Abraham Kibiwot had to settle for third position in the race won by Morocco's Sofiane El Bakali.
Strong enough for Girma's coming back at him, it's going to be tight on the line, and Girma gets it. Girma outleans El Bakali, and I'm convinced, although it's coming up, I have to say maybe I'm wrong, because they've given it to El Bakali.
The Diamond League meeting next heads to Birmingham in a week's time.
This is some good news from the track and some more good news. Kenya's #1 deaf golfer Isaac Makoha won a historic golf medal in Brazil as he entered his name in the annals of golf history as the first ever Kenyan golf medalist at the prestigious Summer Deaflympics. His wife, Susan Kadure Mbuba, was a consistent figure trailing Makoha as he repeatedly tackled the 9-hole course. Take a look.
2020 amateur match play champion Isaac Makoha became the first ever Kenyan golf medalist at the prestigious Summer Deaflympics in Brazil. Makoha summoned willpower and confidence to rack up bronze in a highly competitive atmosphere, contrary to all expectations. His wife Susan Mbuba was a consistent figure trailing husband as he repeatedly tackled the 9-hole course.
I think Makoha has very good focus and he's able to control pressure. Yeah, there are sometimes also he takes his time before making a decision, and golf really requires that. That has helped him to win the game.
Susan said that Makoha is focused and able to handle pressure, and that helped him win the medal. A golf-loving couple, Susan sometimes caddies for Makoha, as was the case in the first round of competition.
Yeah, I feel happy. I was here to encourage him, and then also just to give him anything he needs from time to time, snacks in the middle of the course. That's what I enjoy doing.
However, she slipped and injured her leg, making it difficult to continue the role. Nevertheless, the minor accident did not stop Susan from following her husband's progress in the tournament.
I feel very proud because this was a serious game, so I am so proud of Makoha today. Yeah, and this is not the first time he's participated before, and this is the win that we got for the first time. Thank you.
She derives great joy from watching Makoha play and does not hesitate to point out his best qualities as a golfer.
World champion and double Olympics champions John Allen.
Mungenipatia at least 5 minutes. Very well, as I had alluded to earlier in the beginning of the bulletin, is that Kenya Kwanza Alliance is searching for the number 2, as you can see behind me, or the running mate that will accompany Deputy President Dr. William Ruto to the ballot in the August 9th general polls. Of course, a lot has been said, but they have, at least for now, settled for around 3, but a number of them have been flouted. Then some names like Kithure Kindiki, Justin Muturi, the National Assembly Speaker, people like Kirinyaga County Governor as well. And of course, our reporter JJ Kuria is on standby in Karen, where we are expecting an official communication from the DP's media center, and we are also expecting a lot after that. Kenya Kwanza having their nomination announcement today, where we're expecting Azimio la Umoja to do the same tomorrow. But since today is the Kenya Kwanza Day, let's first of all have a look at one of the names that have been fronted. That is Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, who is the Kirinyaga County, who is the Tharaka Nithi senator, a 2-term senator who also served 4 years as Senate Majority Leader and 2 years as Senate Deputy Speaker, is among those touted as likely to produce Deputy President William Ruto's running mate in the August 9th election. Who is Professor Kithure Kindiki?
Professor Abraham Kindiki Kithure was born and raised in Tharaka Nithi County. In 1998, he obtained his Bachelor of Law from the Moi University in Kenya. In 2000, he obtained a Master's of Law in International Human Rights Law and Democracy from the University of Pretoria, South Africa. In 2001, he attended the Advocate's Postgraduate Diploma in Legal Studies at the Kenya School of Law. From 2001, Professor Kindiki has been an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and Counsel of the International Criminal Court. From 2000 to 2001, he served as a resettlement consultant, legal unit, division of International Protection UNHCR branch office for South Africa, Pretoria. In 2002, he graduated with a PhD in international law from the University of Pretoria in South Africa. Between 2004 to 2005, Professor Kindiki served as lecturer of law in the University of Nairobi. From January 2006 to 2012, he headed the Department of Public Law and was a senior lecturer of international law at the University of Nairobi. In 2008, Professor Kindiki first appeared in the public limelight after he was appointed as Secretary of Cohesion in the Justice Ministry soon after the post-election violence. After 3 months, he resigned, citing lack of political will to address the challenges the country faced at that time, including the resettlement of persons displaced by the violence. In the run-up to the 2013 elections, Professor Kindiki was a member of the Deputy President William Ruto's defense team at the International Criminal Court at The Hague. He was also a key architect of the Jubilee coalition deal that brought together Uhuru Kenyatta's TNA and Ruto's URP ahead of the 2013 polls. In 2013, he was elected as Tharaka Nithi senator and was re-elected in 2017. From 2013 to 2017, he served as majority leader in the Senate. From August 2017 to May 2020, he served as deputy speaker until he was de-whipped from the position by the Jubilee Party. Kindiki's removal was after a motion by then Senate Majority Whip Irungu Kang'ata after being accused of violating various sections of the Political Parties Act, the Constitution of Kenya 2010, and the Jubilee Party Constitution. Professor Kindiki's name is among those recommended to produce DP Ruto's running mate.
That's a brief history of Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. He is from the Mount Kenya East region. Let's now have a look at someone else from the Mount Kenya who has featured literally in every major political event that the Deputy President William Ruto graces. And his name is in the lot from which the Kenya Kwanza Alliance presidential flag bearer will most likely pick his running mate. Will he? Mathera MP Rigathi Gachagua, a fierce and consistent defender of Deputy President William Ruto and his United Democratic Alliance party. Will he be Ruto's choice? Here now is MP Gachagua's profile with Jacqueline Wambiru.
In 1985 to 1988, Rigathi Gachagua studied his Bachelor's of Arts degree in Political Science and Literature at the University of Nairobi. Between 1989 and 1990, Gachagua worked as an assistant secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs and National Heritage. In 1990, he was recruited as a district officer cadet and underwent paramilitary training at the Administration Police Institute and did a course in advanced public administration at the Kenya School of Government between 1999 and 2000. He served in the provincial administration as a DO for 14 years in various stations, among them Kirinyaga, Kiambaa, Limuru, Ngarua, Kakamega and Garissa, with a short break as personal assistant to the head of public service between 1991 to 1993. Between 2001 and 2006, Gachagua was personal assistant to the then Minister for Local Government Uhuru Kenyatta. From 2017 to date, he has served as Member of Parliament for Mathera constituency on a Jubilee ticket. Gachagua was among the legislators who decamped for Jubilee Party and formed UDA together with Deputy President William Ruto. The Member of Parliament has gained prominence in UDA, but his rise to the top of Mount Kenya and national politics has earned him friends and foes. Gachagua is not new to controversy. When his late brother, Nyeri Governor Nderitu Gachagua, was hospitalized, Gachagua was accused of imposing his will on the county and acting as a pseudo-governor. He has been charged with allegedly acquiring at least 7.3 billion shillings suspected to be proceeds of crime. In 2020, the Assets Recovery Agency obtained orders to freeze 3 accounts linked to the MP, which held 201 million shillings over claims that they were proceeds of crime. Gachagua has maintained that the cases against him are politically motivated.
Rigathi Gachagua there from a public servant to a politician, and still from the Mount Kenya, at least according to the Constitution of Kenya, he is the country's number 3. Justin Muturi has served as the 7th Speaker of the National Assembly of Kenya since the year 2013. As soon as he joined the Democratic Party of Kenya and was declared the party's presidential flag bearer, Muturi joined the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, automatically shelving his presidential bid in support of Deputy President William Ruto. Here now is Jacqueline Wambiru again with Muturi's profile.
Justin Baden Njoka Muturi was born in April 1956. Muturi served in the judiciary for more than 15 years, leaving at the rank of principal magistrate in 1997. During his tenure in the judiciary, he was elected as the chairman of Kenya Judges and Magistrates Association. Muturi began his political career in 1999 when he was first elected to the 8th Parliament on a KANU ticket through a by-election following the death of Siakago Member of Parliament Silas Ita of Democratic Party. In the 2002 general election, Muturi was re-elected to Parliament. Muturi has served in various House committees. He was a member of the Select Committee on Constitutional Review between 1999 and 2004, where he participated in the Constitutional Review Conference meetings at Bomas of Kenya. Muturi formed a strong bond with President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2002 when they found themselves in the opposition after Mwai Kibaki won the presidency on National Rainbow Coalition ticket. In 2007, he vied for re-election but was defeated by Lenny Kivuti. During his second term in Parliament between 2003 and 2007, he served as the opposition chief whip. He was also a member of the House Business Committee. Furthermore, he was elected as chairman of the Public Investment Committee. He is the longest-serving PIC chairman in Kenya yet. Muturi was elected KANU National Organizing Secretary in November 2008 and was the chair of Party of National Unity PNU Constitution Committee during the National Constitutional Talks from 2008 to 2010. In April 2011, Muturi was appointed the chairman of the Center for Multi-Party Democracy, a civil society group that deals with democracy issues in multi-party politics. In 2013, Muturi unsuccessfully ran for the Mbeere North parliamentary seat as a member of the National Alliance Party. He was elected Speaker of the National Assembly, becoming the first holder of that office following the re-establishment of a bicameral parliament through the 2010 Constitution. In May 2021, Muturi was controversially coronated as the spokesman of the Mount Kenya region. Despite earlier launching his presidential bid on Democratic Party ticket, Muturi joined the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, automatically shelving his presidential bid in support of Deputy President William Ruto of United Democratic Alliance.
Those are just some of the names that have been fronted, and we expect the official communication from the Deputy President residence in Karen. We have our very own JJ Kuria, who is keeping a keen eye on the same. Of course, the Justin Muturi has faced headwinds in his political party, Democratic Party, where some officials have objected how the party was dragged into the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Well, that's how we wrap it up. Remember, as soon as that announcement is due, we'll be crossing over to Karen for that. And how that will change the political matrix in the country, well, keep it KBC. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Bentro. Njue Lusimora has been a sign language interpreter for this bulletin, as well as for the 3 profiles that we've just aired earlier on. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed weekend.